In today's episode, Bruno asks, what is your main advice to someone getting started on building a reputation and working on personal branding in 2019? Oh, that's a interesting one. So let's set a definition first. Personal brand is just a fancy term for a reputation. So how does someone build a reputation in 2019? And the answer is the same way that you build a reputation since time immemorial, which is be known for being good at something. That's the fundamental underpinning of everything. If you are not good at anything, get good at something first, and then build a reputation around it. So we're going to presume that you know what you're good at, or you have decided what you want to be known for. And it's okay for that to change. It is absolutely okay for that to pivot. Pick something that you have an aptitude for, that you enjoy doing, that you're good at, and that is a skill or a focus or a capability that the market is willing to pay for. So that's number one. Number two is you need to create stuff that reinforces what you want to be known for. So if you are a graphic designer, guess what? You need a portfolio, and you need an extensive one. Even if you haven't done a ton of commercial gigs, even if you haven't had more than a few jobs, you still need to have that demonstration of your capabilities. And that can be all mock-ups, that can be all comps, that can be all examples, can be schoolwork, but fundamentally you need to demonstrate your skills. If you are a strategist, guess what? You need case studies. If you don't have any, go make some, right? Go volunteer at a nonprofit, go volunteer at a local civic organization, but demonstrate your capabilities, that you know how to think, that you know what you're doing. If you are a sales professional, guess what? You better have a golden Rolodex. You better have a network. And even someone who is relatively young, relatively junior, can be networking, can be building their reputation, can be putting together sales materials. So whatever profession you're in, whatever focus you have for a career and for a reputation, you need to have that stuff. Where most people go wrong is they reverse these two things. They go out and they build their home base and their social media outposts, set up their Instagram channel and set up LinkedIn and go all crazy building the outposts, but they don't build the portfolio. You need to build the portfolio of stuff first, because it makes it much easier to build your own personal website, to build your social media channels and things, if you know what it is that you want to share, what you want to talk about. If you do it in reverse order, you create a whole bunch of things, then either you have to go back and rework it later, or you create a bunch of stuff that's substandard and you make a terrible first impression. So get that portfolio in order. And again, if you don't have a ton of experience, there is no shortage of organizations in this world that would love your help for free. You'll have to work for free in the beginning to build that book of business, whatever that looks like. Then build your home base, and that is a website that is under your control, that has a domain name that people can remember easily, so that you can direct people there to find things like a resume or a CV or a LinkedIn profile, videos about you, your blog. You should plan on blogging. Yes, it seems like an archaic thing to do in the age of Instagram and the selfie, but in terms of being able to prove that you are a capable communicator, which is an essential skill regardless of profession these days, and in order to help search engines find you, and especially if you have a name that is somewhat unique, you need to have that home base on the internet, and that is powered by a blog. That is powered by relevant, fresh, frequent content. So plan on blogging. If you are early in your career, you probably have some free time to do it. If you don't have, for example, the major obligations that folks with a little more gray hair tend to have, like, family and you just have a dog or whatever, you have the time to invest in yourself to build out that blog, that weekly or monthly email newsletter, where you share stuff that is maybe not all yours. Maybe it's 80-20, 80% other people's stuff that you curate and that you provide perspective on, and 20% stuff that's yours. Then you build your outposts, your social media outposts, Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, wherever it is that you think your audience is, the people that you want to reach, the people whose you want your reputation to precede you to. Go where they are. Build those outposts, share content on them that helps illustrate that you know what you're talking about, that you know who the players are in a space. And if necessary, if it's essential, you may need to spend a few dollars, not many, but a few dollars, on advertising your website or your blog to the relevant managers or hiring managers or recruiters, whatever the case may be, to build that reputation, to build that awareness that you exist and that you are available and that you are worth talking to. This takes time. So if you are thinking about a career change, or, it is April 2019 as I record this, you're graduating in a couple months, you're kind of behind the eight ball a little, and you need to kick things up into gear. Ideally, you spend 3 or 4 months working on that portfolio, building out the materials that prove who you are, and you spend a couple months promoting it. So it is sort of a 6-month process. If you're crunched on time, still build those case studies. You're just going to have to spend a little more time up front on yourself. So as much as I personally don't think that the whole work 20-hour days and sleep 4 hours a day thing, that's not a sustainable thing you can do in the long run. But if you know that a company layoff is coming, or you know that you're graduating soon, it wouldn't hurt to burn the midnight oil a couple of times to bolster that book of business that you can show, hey, here's what I'm good at, and then start promoting that. So a good question, a tough question. There's a lot that goes into this, and there's a lot of time and care that you have to put into it and invest in yourself. And that is the part that I think is the most important. When you're building your reputation and your personal brand, it is an investment in yourself, and it is for the long term. You absolutely can pivot and change what you're known for, but it takes time. It takes a long time. I used to be known as the podcasting person, or one of the podcasting people, back in 2005. I pivoted to analytics in 2009. I pivoted to data science and machine learning in 2014, 2015. So it takes time to change these reputations and to make logical flows from one to the next. So it's not something that happens overnight. So be ready to invest in yourself. You can leave follow-up questions in the comments below. As always, please subscribe to the YouTube channel and the newsletter. I'll talk to you soon. Want help solving your company's data, analytics, and digital marketing problems? Visit trustinsights.ai today and let us know how we can help you.